Hey everyone, it's Bob Perkins with aa-isp's Inside Sales Studio, bringing you another Monday Morning Sales Minute. I'm here with Byran Perkins. How are you doing today, Bryan?
I'm doing well, thank you.
We're taking advantage of Bryan being out in Gold Canyon at our studio, and Bryan is an account manager with Skillsoft. So we're going to do a mini-series on account management tips and best practices, which we haven't done. We typically do prospecting, things like that. So it's great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about your role at Skillsoft.
Yeah, I'm an account manager with Skillsoft. Been there almost 3 years. Work strictly with an existing client base. Working to renew, upgrade, provide customer support, customer service to an existing client base across all verticals, all industries. If the business is out there, we work with them.
Got it. So you're going to talk to us this week about how you start off with a relationship. So let's say you made an initial sale and this is a new customer. What can you share with the viewers that could help them if they're in a similar role?
Yeah, what I like to do is start off with what I call a client success call, where it's an introductory call, and obviously the parties are introducing themselves and learning a little bit about each other. But we're also discussing what good looks like or what success looks like to the client. So we discuss, we come to an agreement on what their success criteria are, what the goals are for their program, and figuring out what we need to do throughout the course of the year, 2 year, the terms of the contract, to create a successful program and make sure that a year from that conversation or 2 years from that conversation that client is renewing, upgrading, growing the program, and creating a successful implementation for their business.
So what I'm hearing you say is you would, and this call would be really close after the initial deal was closed?
Yep. So how it works is a sales consultant would close the business, and immediately it's passed over to the account management team. So usually that client success call is taking place within a matter of weeks after the deal is closed and pen is put to paper. So it's almost immediately afterwards. We like to hit the ground running, getting the client utilizing the solution as soon as possible, and like I said, making sure they understand what the criteria is for their success.
And then in the call itself, right, you mentioned finding out goals. Can you share any tips when you're in that call? You know, how much talking do you do? How much talking does the client do? What are some ways to find those goals out?
There's a lot of good open-ended questions you can ask, and clients don't always think about what their goals are. They know they have a problem. They know they have a need for a training program or an e-learning program, but they don't give a lot of hard thought to what are the specific concrete goals that we want to have. So a simple question is asking, like, hey, what does success look like to you? Really gets them thinking, and they start to think, well, obviously we have a need for improving training, but what does that mean to the business?
Yeah.
Does it mean increasing revenue? Does it mean increasing customer service satisfaction levels? Does it mean that we are training our employees to develop on a career path? It really gets them thinking and really thinking about some concrete objectives that they can work towards.
Sounds good. So you're digging deep. It's just not, oh, what's your high-level goal? They give you one thing. You dig deeper and find out more specific goals. So that's a great tip. If you're in account management, as Bryan shared, make sure you set up those discovery calls, really dig in, try to find out the goals, try to get level set with the customer expectations. And that's a good way to start the relationship.
Yep.
Great.
And once they hear that you are aligned to their success criteria, they're excited to begin working with you and to get the ball rolling and roll out a successful program.
Great. Well, next week, Bryan will be back. You're going to talk about renewals. So here it is 9-10 months later. I'm not sure when you start your renewals, but stay tuned for next week when you bring some tips on keeping that customer, keeping that renewal going.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Thanks a lot. This is Bob Perkins and Byran Perkins signing off from Monday Morning Sales Minute. Good selling. Have a great week. Bye-bye.